2K Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today's coverage of the Arnold Palmer Invitational is about to begin. I'm Luke Elvey alongside Rich Beam in the booth, and it's a hello to Henny Koyak down on the course following our featured group.
Hi Luke, I'm very happy to be out here. As this event kicks off, our feature group consists of 2 players that appear to have entered into this fantastic rivalry.
Well, it looks like this player is aiming to beat Lexi Thompson, which very few people can boast. This should be an exciting showdown, Henny.
Luke, Lexi's young but has been on tour for about 30-40 years, it seems. She's been playing forever. She doesn't lack in experience. She can do it all. Not to mention, you'll be looking at her back for most of the day because she'll outdrive you.
Yes, Lexi loves the long ball, and so do we. Good luck in this rivalry, because when Lexi gets on top, it's very hard to beat her. Not quite the shot he was wanting. Second shot here on the first. All you can do is hope now, because that was never going down the fairway. This would be a great up and down. What a shot! Almost went in the bucket. And he needs this to save par.
Yeah, this is looking nice.
Oh, that's good grit there.
Yeah, in the bunker off the tee, great recovery.
He's currently tied for 5th. The second hole is a long par 3, old typical Redan style at 230 yards.
Yes, the green runs from right to left and chases away from the player on the tee. You can hit it short right and have it bounce on to the flag sticks that are on the right. However, when they're in the back left, you don't want to come up short and left in a low area. That'll leave a very difficult up and down.
Oh, that is brilliant. A bonus birdie. That'll help make a big move. What an amazing shot. Let's take another look at that one.
Yeah, they were looking at an up and down, but just down.
Now moving over to Lexi Thompson.
She's 1 stroke behind her rival in this event.
Oh, you've made it. What a play. Let's return to live play now. Rich, the first exposure to the famous lake here at Arnold Palmer's Bay Hill Club and Lodge is the 3rd.
There's a lot of intimidating tee shots on this golf course, Luke. This could be number one. Water down the left-hand side, you obviously want no part of, but if you miss it right in the rough, that is very gnarly and nasty to come out of. The green works away from the player, moving from right to left. The miss is out to the right, but watch out. It's awfully quick coming down that green. Don't chip it or putt it in the water.
Chosen the pitching wedge here. It's just a tad offline, that one. Headed towards the left. Well, with a pocket full of FedEx Cup points over the last half a dozen starts or so, this player certainly has been delivering consistent results and pushing for wins or winning, Rich. Do you expect that to continue here this week?
Luke, absolutely. Week in and week out, this player has consistently performed at the highest level. I got to believe he's a lot of people's favorites to win this tournament.
And this one is for bogey. Okay, steady now. Okay, let's head to the next. The first of the par fives, Rich, the fourth hole.
Yes, Luke, you got out of bounds on the right-hand side that shouldn't come into play for the players, but those bunkers down the left-hand side certainly will. If you get a good tee shot away and you find the fairway, the second shot uphill to this par five, you can reach, but still lots of trouble lurking around this green.
And here we are with the third shot. 2 strokes off the lead. Seven feet to the cup.
Now they can move ahead here if they hold this and leave Lexi Thompson behind. It's looking solid.
Yeah, nice mid-range birdie putt, that one. And he'll move into the top 10. Trailing by a couple of strokes now. The fifth at Bay Hill is the shortest par 4 on the front 9, measuring just under 400 yards, Ridge. Placement off the tee, critical here.
It is. It plays straight downhill the entire way, so most players not taking driver out and challenging those bunkers. Lay up short of those, and you'll have a short shot to a green that once again chases away from you at the back end of it. Oh, this is on a fantastic line. Is it the right distance?
And he's hit that inside the range.
Looking for back-to-back birdies here, Luke.
Oh my, will she be able to get out of here?
They'll have to get their best bunker technique out here because this is nasty.
A spot in the all-important top 5 awaits if you can hold this putt. Go on, get in the hole. A wonderful putt. You can claim it. Back-to-back birdies. To the top 5 he goes. Our leader is a couple of shots up at this stage. Now we head to the famous par 5 6th, Rich. A lot of players are thinking birdie, maybe even eagle.
Out to the right, most definitely the widest part of the fairway, just left of the left-hand bunker out there. We'll leave a layup out to the right, and then you just have a short pitch on from there. This is a really solid birdie opportunity.
Already with multiple victories this season. Getting ready to play their third. He's 2 shots back. Very crafty, that shot.
Love watching this player around the greens.
And the entire field looks up at that familiar sight and sees the name of Tiger Woods on top. Let's have a look at the 7th hole of par 3.
Finally, you have a green that pitches back towards you ever so slightly, Luke, but still coming into it with a good 6-5 iron from 195 yards. It's still a difficult task to get it close.
Going with the 5-iron here. Not a bad approach. Grab the putter from the caddy. You're dancing. A chance to get to 3 under with this putt.
Oh, they're going to walk this one in.
Well, that's a bit disappointing. The putt drops, and we're moving on. Let's take a look at Lexi Thompson, shall we?
She's currently trailing her rival. Let's see what happens here.
And after that effort, let's take a look at how it stands. Look who's stalking us all on top of the leaderboard. It's Tiger Woods. The par 4 8th, Rich, challenging tee shot and approach.
Love this tee shot here, Luke. The fairway camber's pretty good from right to left, kicking the golf ball towards that bunker. So make sure to take one less club off this tee. From there, you make sure that you take enough club for your second shot to carry the front edge. If not, that golf ball will come falling back off the green into the drink.
Rich is one of the rare players to ever tame the Tiger in a major championship. How did you manage to do it?
Taming him, that's a big stretch there. You know, I did it because I never had to play with him. I was fortunate enough to not be paired with him the 3rd round, nor in the final round when I was paired with Justin Leonard. And going back to the comments about the roars, you know, not knowing that was him making those birdies. You assumed it was, you couldn't deny that it was, but not knowing, it was a lot easier to say, well, that was Fred Funk, who he was playing with in the final round, who was having such a great week as it was. It was easier to deflect that a little bit. I think if I would have played alongside him, I think things might have been a little bit differently, because he does bring a different energy, and sometimes it can be uncomfortable. But when you start hearing those roars going up and you're playing with them, well, you know exactly what's going on. But when you're not playing with them, I was able to kind of deflect what he was actually doing, and I was fortunate.
He's currently sitting in 2nd. Let's take a look at the final hole on the front 9, the 9th, and what a tough tee shot it is.
It is it ever. Players want to avoid the bunker down the left-hand side, so inevitably they push it out to the right-hand side, into the rough, into the trees. Now they've got really very little chance of reaching the green in 2. So this is probably the most difficult tee shot on this front 9, and one they have to find the fairway with.
Looks to be going with a hybrid here. Well, that certainly makes putting a lot easier when you can hit a shot like that.
This one here, this is for back-to-back birdies, moving him in the right direction.
Now moving over to Lexi Thompson.
Yeah, she's down, she's behind, her rivals scooting ahead. Let's see what happens. Starting to look really good.
Let's take a look at the current standings. Okay, it's time to make the turn and a good time to reflect on the action so far, Rich.
Well, it's been great watching this player get the best of their rival, but still a long way to go until the end of this tournament. Let's see how it shakes out.
This one's looking good off the tee. That should find the short stuff. Sitting at 4 under for the day, currently second place. Going with the 7. This looks to be hit pretty well from where I'm standing. And here we are with the 3rd shot. Just 1 shot back now. Henny, you've had the chance to have a look over this one?
Yeah, he's been prowling around this one. It's 11 foot out. This for par.
Nice little putt to hole, that one. And after that hole, the standings have this player in 2nd place, just behind Tiger Woods. The par 4 11th resembles the par 4 3rd, doesn't it? The big lake on the left-hand side.
It does. It just has a little more landing room here on the left-hand side, however. But if you lay back, be prepared to go in with a long iron. If you take the driver out and successful, you now turn this challenging hole into almost a birdie opportunity.
Lookout world was his statement when he came out onto the Pro Tour, and we look back in the greatness in sports, right across all sport in the world. Has one player or one athlete had a greater impact on their sport more than Tiger Woods did for golf?
I hate to say no, because I also look back at the sport, Luke, when Arnold Palmer came through. Good-looking fella and just kind of came from a blue-collar background. And I kind of think that Arnold Palmer paved the way for a Tiger Woods that then go out and dominate, because golf was already on the radar. It just wasn't nearly as much on the radar as it is now because of Tiger. But I think because of what Arnold Palmer did, he set the groundwork for all of this. But in saying that, in the modern era, in the modern game, to be fair, and you look at every sport across the books, and I don't care whether you're talking about Tom Brady, LeBron James right now, I don't think you have a bigger player globally, with the exception of maybe Messi or Ronaldo, than Tiger Woods. I just think that from a global standpoint, Tiger Woods, whenever he shows his face anywhere, people lose their minds. Like, grown men lose their minds if they get a glimpse of Tiger Woods from 50 yards away. I've seen it before, Luke, and I'll see it again, but it never seems to amaze me, baffle me, make me giggle a little bit. Like, holy cow, this guy's Elvis. He's Elvis Presley. I mean, because Elvis was the biggest guy in the world as far as I could tell. It's mind-boggling how big Tiger Woods is in this game, and continues to be, and will forever be.
Sitting at -4, tied for 2nd place. And this putt to move into 1st place. This one has eyes for the hole. Oh, what a round this is. 7 birdies today. And that's going to hoist him into 1st place. And with that hole behind them, they currently lead just
Come
ahead
on,
of Tiger
Tiger.
Woods.
Gotta like it. Moving up the leaderboard, never a bad thing.
Number 13, not a long hole by anyone's stretch, but the pond in front of the green really plays havoc.
It does, more so than it should. It's just a long iron or a hybrid off the tee. Find the fairway down the right-hand side, open up the angle for your second shot, and it's obvious you just don't want to miss your second shot right. So bail out to the left-hand side, make a par. Pretty simple.
Rich, obviously, and we've joked about it a fair bit in this game, that you've been one of the rare players to take Tiger Woods down in his prime. But what was it like to play in the Tiger era with just how dominant he was?
It was simply amazing. You knew that each and every week that he showed up to a tournament, you better have your game ready to go, because you assumed that he was going to be firing at all cylinders. Because even when he wasn't, his game was still good enough to beat most everybody in those fields. You wanted him there because you always want to test yourself against the best. However, if you weren't playing very well, you're kind of fearful teeing it up, because you just knew that your best at that moment in time wasn't nearly going to be good enough to beat Tiger, no matter what he brought to the table. He made each and every player look at their game in a different way and try and dissect it in order to weed out anything that didn't really need to be worked on, and got them more specific in the areas that they weren't good at. Their deficient areas, whether it's the short game, the driver, the iron play, whatever it is. But Tiger really made you take a long, hard look at your game and figure out where it's at, because you knew that you had to be at your best to beat him.
Never seen a scorecard that doesn't look good with a 2 on it.
Short game has been especially sharp today, Luke. Very impressive.
That's frustrating. There's part of about 6 feet coming up. Well hold. Let's take a look at Lexi Thompson, shall we?
She's trying to pull ahead in this group rivalry. Let's see what happens.
That's a beauty. She'll be stoked.
And now this is why you can never get comfortable, even if you're leading a PGA Tour pro. This is what they do. They mean business.
As we get into the closing stretch here at Bay Hill, the 15th, the par 4.
Strong par 4, dog legs from left to right. Don't miss it out to the right in that bunker. Not only are you hitting your second shot out of the trap, but also you've got some magnolia trees to deal with. This is a very difficult fairway to find, because that fairway does chase away from you just over that bunker. This is a very strong par 4.
Looks to have chosen the 7-iron. Oh, this would be handy if it could bounce right. Yep, that one's on the dance floor. You can 2-putt that for sure. A chance for a birdie if this goes down.
Looking great now.
And with that putt, now it's 6 under with a few to play.
With just a small sliver of a lead, this could go any different direction down the stretch.
And maintaining top spot on the leaderboard. After that,
3 holes remaining. This is what it's all about. Time to see who is going to get it done.
well, I like the look of the line here. This should find the fairway. Rich, good chance to get this green in 2.
Yes, this player's found the fairway, and now they've got the opportunity to knock this on in 2. Be wary of coming up short and left, obviously in the water, but don't be anxious to miss it out to the right, especially in that bunker that's over in the middle of the green on the right-hand side. That really can wreak havoc with the players. Try and find the green at all costs with this second shot.
And this putt to move into the top 20. Oh, just missed. That'll sting a bit. Okay, time to return to the action. 8 feet to the cup. Ooh. Always love these opportunities, especially when it's for birdie. Look at him just surging ahead at the top of the leaderboard.
Gotta like it. 2 in a row.
Leading by 4 strokes after that one.
2 holes to go, Luke. I know who I like.
The par 3 17th, Rich, has got a wonderful atmosphere around it. Looks visually quite stunning, but my word, it's a brute.
This hole causes more stress for the players, I think, than any other hole on the golf course, with possibly the exception of number 3. This green is nearly impossible to find, as it is so firm historically through the years. You find the green, you make your 3, and you're smiling earlobe to earlobe.
This would be a great up and down. Wow, that almost went in the hole. Putting for par. No movement up or down on the leaderboard for this player. Rich, as we head to the finishing hole here at Bay Hill, a famous finishing hole, so much drama over the years, predominantly by the great Tiger Woods. But most of the drama starts off the tee.
It does. This is actually a semi-blind tee shot. There's a mound down the right-hand side of the fairway where you can't see the golf balls land, so players won't know whether they found the fairway or missed it right, or even out on the left-hand side. Most iconic moments in all of golf, in my mind's eye, Robert Gomez holding his second shot here back in 1990 to claim the title.
Looks to have opted for the 8-iron.
All right, going with a little bit more club. Let's see.
Oh, what a shot by our leader. And this putt for a final score of 64. Top effort, that. Oh, size them up for the red cardigan that Arnold Palmer made famous. You are the Arnold Palmer Invitational Champion. Congratulations.
And what a week it was. A fantastic victory, sensational victory on arguably one of the tour's hardest golf courses. Way to go. Great win.
And I got to give props to my boy in the booth, Rich Beam. I think you picked this one at the start of the week, didn't you?
Luke, it wasn't a difficult pick, let's be honest. This player has been consistent all season long. Getting the victory, no surprise whatsoever. Really good stuff.
Well, that's all we've got time for today. On behalf of myself, Luke Elvey, Rich Bean, Henny Koyak and John McCarthy, plus all the hard-working folks behind the action at 2K Sports, thanks for tuning in. Look forward to your company next time.